Hi everybody. We are going to be drawing this object. Here's some pictures. This is the first thing we're going to be drawing from real life. Starting with this view right here, we have to consider the size of it and then also consider what it looks like from different angles. All right, so let's get into AutoCAD for a second. Now, take a minute to notice something right up here. Notice this is called Template 2122 Logo. And here's why this is like that. I took my logo assignment that we finished last time. I went up here and I went to Save As, and then I saved it as this new name. And here's why. If we go to the layout, remember, all your work is going to have your logo in it now. So by saving as, I saved the document with my logo. Yes, when I was at the modeling screen, this used to have all those logos I drawn. Because I did save as, the original logo is unharmed. It's still saved. Excuse me. It's still saved. But now I have this new template that I've created for the rest of the year that I can put my logo in. So again, the layout, the new layout from now on is going to have your logo. All right. Hopefully you understood that. If not, please ask, and I will do my best to answer. Let's get started. So let's work on this side. So we have an 8-inch line, and then we have a 4-inch line, then we have a 2. So let's put these 3 lines in first. All right, back to AutoCAD and the modeling screen. Here's the line tool. Make that full screen. Here's the line tool. We start out with that bottom line, which is 8. If it looks like that, you're zoomed out too far, you need to zoom in. And then we said this line over here was 4. And this one here is 2. All right, let's take a look at the picture again. And that's all I've got for measurements. So I don't know how big this is. I don't know how long this is. And I don't know how long that is right there. So let's take a look at some more views and see if we can get some measurements going. Well, that has nothing. Let's go back. All right, so the front view is 2. And it says this one here is 2. Okay, that's good to know. And then from the top here to the bottom is 3. All right, so the one measurement that is not being provided, it looks like, is this line. So let's see if we could put the whole thing together, and maybe this line will become its own measurement on its own. So we said over here, this is 2, and then over here is 2, and that 3-inch measurement. Let me redo that. Must have hit the wrong button. There it is. That 3-inch measurement is not on this view. But we have now a line here and a line here, which we can connect. And that is going to give us the line. Notice it was 6 because this is 8 and we figured this was 2. 8 minus 2 is 6. So there's the first view. We're all set. Let's go ahead and now create this top view. So we're going to cheat a little bit. We're going to put a gap in right here, and then we're going to drag up some guidelines so we don't have to remeasure everything. So let's go ahead and do that. So the first thing is we said we were going to put that line in. So I'm going to go ahead and take my line tool. I'm going to go from here to here. Remember, this is 8, so I'm going to go ahead and put an 8-inch line in, just like that. Now, let's go ahead and offset that 8-inch line by 2 inches. So we have a 2-inch gap. Now, in the future, there'll be ways to measure sizes and stuff, but for this, let's just keep it simple. All right, so there's the line. Let's take a look at my drawing here. So there's that line right there. Now, we said this is 3. Let's double check. Yeah, the width is 3. I understand this is laying on the opposite side, but we get the point. From here to here is 3. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's offset by 3. And then let's fill it in. We could have also drawn a 3-inch line here and just worked our way around. Okay. Oh, let's do this the right way, actually. I didn't do it right. Let's do it the right way. We're going to go 8, like that. We're going to offset by 3. I'm sorry, by 2. That's going to give us the gap between the two objects. Now let's go ahead and get rid of this. Now, here's a tool you haven't seen before. This is you go to draw, and this is ray. Ray makes an infinite line in one direction. So it starts here and goes forever. And here's how it's made. You get tool, click point A, drag in the direction you want it to go. Obviously, my ortho's on for nice straight lines. And then you click again, and then again, you have these infinite lines, which we'll trim out later. Now let's go ahead and go like this. All right, so there's the 3 lines. That's these lines right here. Let me get to the drawing. That's this line, and this line. So all we need to do is put this line in by offsetting by 3 and then trim everything out. So let's try it. All right, so offset by 3, click, drag up, and click again. And now we're going to trim off this, and then the in-between part gets trimmed off. All right, look at this. We already have 2 views done. We have this view and this view. So now we need to build this view. So we can draw lines straight across and have our guidelines give us our top, middle, and bottom lines automatically, no measuring. But we could also take this 3-inch line, bounce it off a corner line, a 45-degree line, which is called a miter line, and bounce the measurement down here. Question, why don't I just manually draw it in? Because you need to learn this exercise of using the miter line in order to do future projects, which will be much more complex than this. So keep the exercise in mind. Keep in mind that we're doing this for learning purposes. All right. So now I need a second to think here because I want that miter line in. Why don't we do this? Let's start with a regular line. Actually, let's do it with the ray tool. There's a number of ways to do it, so I have to decide how I want to teach you. And we're going to put a horizontal infinite line with the ray tool like that. Now, we're going to rotate this by 45 degrees. So just rotate like this, select it, spacebar, base point, and then type 45 in for the angle. There we go. So let's go ahead and get the ray tool again. We're going to go straight across like this and straight across like that. Now, do you see where it crosses over? These lines cross over each other. Wherever they cross over, we need to go straight down. Think of it like a laser hitting a mirror. So again, I'm going to get my ray tool, and right where it meets up, click and drag down. And again, we're going to click, drag straight down like that. So now we've established that 3-inch gap here by borrowing it from here and bringing it down. Now, let's go ahead and steal all this stuff and bring it over. For now, just to get this out of the way, I'm going to trim this little piece off here. All right, so let's get the ray tool, and let's first mark the bottom and the top. And now let's go ahead and mark the middle piece. And now, by simply trimming everything away and erasing all the lines that are not here, we're going to get this view. Everything we did is right here just by using guidelines. So let's go ahead and trim. Let's trim everything out that is not the box. And now these can just get deleted. And there you have it. There's our 3 views. Now, I know you know how to do this, but I'll just show you really quick. We're going to go to Layout, and I need to put a viewport in here if there's not one already. There might be one already, but I'm going to go ahead and put a fresh one in. There we go. Single. Okay. Float until you see the little plus sign. Stretch it out. Leave a margin. And all right. So now we need to work inside here. I can either hit paper, and that'll bring us here, or I can just double click inside the viewport and then I can control it. First thing is get rid of the annoying grid. pan, you could zoom in and out. And don't forget to switch back to paper. You can either click on model and you'll switch paper, which will let you control the paper. Or if you click anywhere outside of the viewport, once I get this straightened out, now you're in paper mode again. Notice it changes down here. I'm going to go in, I'm going to change the assignment name. I'm going to put, well, you would put your name in. We'll leave everything else the same and change the date. Save it as a PDF and hand it in for 100. All right.